Welcome back to our news channel. In today's news, Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis has cautioned against proposals to outsource EU asylum policy to countries outside the bloc at the outset of a leaders' summit in Brussels, where migration is set to dominate the discussions. But before we continue, please stay tuned and ensure you like our video. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Several centrist leaders in Europe have veered right on the issue in recent months, including German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk. With the European Commission now signaling openness to so-called innovative solutions, including return hubs for migrants set up outside the EU. Italy this week began a pilot system involving processing migrants in a centre in Albania. But in an interview with the Financial Times on Thursday, Mitsotakis expressed scepticism about calls to roll out the Italy-Albania model across the EU as a whole. Let me be careful here. This is a bilateral arrangement. I don't know whether it could be replicated at the European level, he said. We also have to see if it works. These people are processed according to Italian asylum legislation, and whatever happens to them, they will in one way or another be returned to Italy. If we were to do so at the European level, where would they go? He called for the EU to increase legal migration in parallel with efforts to clamp down on irregular entries, as there was a critical need for skilled and unskilled workers in Europe's economy. So if you want to build a big fence, you also need a big door, Mitsotakis said, underscoring Greece's labour shortage. But who is going to pick our olives? We are a continent that is shrinking, and we all recognise that to maintain our productivity, we will need labour, unskilled or skilled. As the southeastern gateway to the EU, Greece has historically been on the front line of migration and has been criticised by human rights groups for mistreating seaborne people seeking asylum. Mitsotakis said Greece had saved thousands of people at sea, but stressed that we will make it difficult for people to enter. The Greek leader, who has been in power since 2019 and is a political ally of Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, called on Brussels to redouble efforts to increase the number of failed migrants being deported, which currently stands at 20%. There are people whose asylum applications are rejected, and what to do with those has never been a topic of discussion, Mitsotakis said, highlighting a key gap in the bloc's migration framework. Some of the ideas that have been suggested seem interesting to me, but I think we are still at the early stages of coming up with a concrete proposal. Last week, Poland's Tusk said he would temporarily suspend the right to asylum for people coming into the country through Belarus, citing attempts by Minsk and its ally Moscow to destabilize Poland. His move came after Finland closed its border with Russia this year, and Germany implemented border controls on all of its frontiers, leading to concerns about the future of Europe's borderless Schengen area. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode of Visa and Immigration News.